Hey, what's up, Star Wars fans? Got a new toy to show you guys. I'm just going to show you the box first for this Ultimate FX lightsaber. As in, I like the artwork. Looks very cool. The other one, for the box, I don't like it. I don't really care for the new animated series they got out for Clone Wars, and that's basically what they did, was use the Clone Wars character of Anakin. This one they used Vader from the movie, so kept it nice and classic. Has this nice open area here revealing the extra short blade, as in that's pretty much all they changed other than it being plastic, was shorten the blade. But you get to see enough of it, and there is an insert that goes inside of it that holds the sword in place that has a silver background, like foil background to it, so when you do the try me thing, it really lights up nice in the box. It looks really good. And then got that area there open so you can see some of the hilt of the lightsaber, or handle thing that's attached to the thing. More cool artwork. Nice big picture of it on the back of the box, and right off the bat you can tell that it's got a lot shorter blade. But don't have the more expensive Vader one to compare to this, but when comparing it side by side with my expensive Anakin one, my Master Replicas, the handles are about the same length. So I'm thinking they didn't change that. They just made it out of plastic and changed where the batteries go in, and also they changed, maybe on this one, where the ignition button is to power it on. As in, that little row there that you see with the dots, that's where you press to turn it on and off, and then it's got another switch hidden in that area to where you can either have it turned off, turned all the way on to play with it, or have it to where it's on demo, to where you press the button and it just does some of the effects. And has all the same effects as the more expensive one. Bright glowing blade, battle clash lights and sounds, and the battle clash is really good on this. You don't have to literally beat the crap out of yourself with it, as in smacking it against your arm or leg or whatever to make it work. It's nice and sensitive. Power activation humming sound, motion sensor controlled sound effects, just like the more expensive, and the motion sensors in it work really good. And then power up and power down light effects, which on that they did cheapen it a little, as in different type plastic that they used for the blade. It's not like the more expensive ones to where it's that hard, clear plastic, and then they got something inside of it to cover up the leads and stuff. It's one clear plastic tube, and then there's another white plastic tube that's literally slid inside of that, as in there's no little cap on the end. And then the leads are in that, but when it powers up and powers down, you can see the bands of light where the leads are, as in I think the leads on this are bigger, but it has a lot of them. It goes clear to the tip, down to the hilt, really good. It powers up fast and powers down, I think a little bit slower than the more expensive, which to me is cooler. On the Anakin one here, smaller picture, just looking at it in the store, from what I could see through the box and now that I can see this, it is spot on the detail, other than maybe they have it the same way to where instead of the end of it unscrewing like a flashlight to take out the battery pack, as in it's got a plastic insert that holds the batteries, it's probably like this one where it's off to the side. And on the switch, they changed that too. That little area right above there, above my fingernail, that looks like it should be the switch, instead of having it there, it's the same as this to where you press in that area. And I think they also have a switch somewhere towards the end of the hilt to turn it on and off and whatnot. So I'll put this camera on hold here so I can set the box to the side here, and I will show you guys this sword first and then both of my Star Wars swords together so you can see the comparison. Alright, show you guys the hilt first. Speaker is in the same place, and I kept trying to unscrew the end of it because it's kind of has a little bit of give there, like it should unscrew, but it doesn't. Anyways, on the batteries there is a screw hole right there where there's a Phillips head screw. You just unscrew that, and then this whole piece comes off, and 3 AA batteries. And now that I got it out of the packaging, it feels pretty solid, but this here, if you got kids, that'd probably be the first thing that'd break off, is this little piece that kind of hangs off of the switch. Anyways, there's the switch there where you press it, and let's see, got the other one well hidden. I like how they have on, off, and whatever in black, on black, so you can't see it unless you got light shining on it. Anyways, there's the little switch that's made to look like one of these in between each one of the plastic fins here. And let's see, what was it? All the way up is off, middle is try me, and then all the way down is on. And on the paint job on this, for collectors, you may have a little bit of touch up on the black areas on these fins, and there's just a few little spots that just need some touch up with like a Sharpie or whatever. Otherwise, detail's great. Very nice on that, even that it's plastic. It's pretty damn cool. Turn it on here. Actually here. I'm going to have it with my light on this time, and then when I compare the two side by side on how bright they are and the power up and power down, I'll turn out this light so it shows up a little better. But like I say, you do see a little bit of rings here going up and down the blade from the leads, but it looks good for the price. Or maybe you don't. Damn camera. If only it looked as good on camera as it does to the naked eye. Anyways, it's like about an inch apart for each one of the leads. It seems to be pretty even all the way up to the end of it here. As you can hear, motion sensor works really good. Flash sound is really good. That's what I like a little better, is that slow power down. It just looks cool. Otherwise, the power up feature's pretty fast. I'd say it's power up on it's about the same as the other one. So, right off the bat, I'm gonna give it a thumbs up right now on just the price I paid for it. Definitely worth picking up. And I'll show you the other one and then show you side by side. Actually, I'll just show you side by side here. I don't want to keep this video too long. Right off the bat. There. Big difference on the length of the blade there. But it has no give to it. The other one does. So if you were to have two of these and smack the blades together, you're guaranteed to break them. They're not made for being clashed together. That's why a lot of the Star Wars nerds, upper geeks, whatever, will replace it with something stronger. Which for me, man, I just have it on display. And a lot of times when they do that, you lose that cool power up and power down feature. They'll have it to where it just lights up or just turns off, which, nah. So, get my light turned off here. Now, I'll show you on detail here compared to, there you go. Both hands, sucker's heavy. Big difference between metal and plastic, man. Let's see, man, just a lot higher quality. And once again, this one, the switch isn't here, it's this, to where you just slide it up. And hard to show you guys some of the detail up here because I'm getting all kinds of reflection off of it. This thing is really chromed out, beautiful. So, that should help a little bit. Anyways, kick back here. See what I mean? A lot slower. See if I can do them both at the same time here. Yeah, it's got a little bit more of a delay on the power down to where it just goes slower, which in a way I like that better. But definitely looks just as cool, just not as loud. As in, this one has a really loud speaker on it. And for anybody who didn't watch my video on this, I'll just show you some of the sound effects here. And this one, they probably changed it in the Hasbro versions, as this is one of the original master replicas. I think they made it to where striking the blade is a little bit more sensitive. I got to strike fairly hard. Not really hard to the point where you break it, but hard enough to really make it go, as in the sensor's not as sensitive. Yeah, this thing makes me want to go out and snag the Vader one. It's more expensive. There's a little bit more to the sound effects for the battle clash and everything. Has a lot more crackling in it and stuff, but just not as loud, so cool enough. Definite thumbs up, man, compared to the original toys that they came out with when the new movies came out, or, well, the remakes of the originals. As in, those aren't near as good as this. And they did have some of them that were for the cartoon, and there's no comparison, man. So, off and maybe side by side here. Here, balance on the damn shelf. So that is the end of this vid. Feel free to comment, and if I'm lucky I might spot one of those at Ross, which if I do, man, big difference on price at that store, so I may snag the other one just for the hell of it, but I'm going to wait till the price drops, because if it doesn't, why would I want the cheaper one when I have this badass toy? Later.